forums as an educational tool. So I am going to pause the video here. I'll ready the share screen, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so getting the share screen ready to go. We are taking a look here at Google Forms. So we are logged into our Google account here, and last month, again, as I mentioned, we took a look at creating basically a survey on how to collect monitoring information. We're going to go with a blank form this time, and we're going to show you how to use this as an educational tool, specifically how to make it into a quiz. Google has functionality to allow you to turn a survey into a quiz that is graded, gives you some objective information. So we'll just call this Built AthleTechCompliance Quiz Volleyball. All right, so this is great functionality to be able to put questions out to either a very specific group of people or a broad group of people if you so choose. And the first question that we're going to put in is, what is your name? Because we want to make sure that we're able to identify who provided the answers to the quiz that you're putting out there. So first question is, what is your name? The next question, we're going to let's do again volleyball. So as of May 1, 2019, what is the first permissible date for off-campus contact in volleyball? Question mark. Okay. We're going to add a bunch of different dates here. May 1, June 1, June 15, July 1, August 1. All right. Now, this doesn't look very different than the forms that we put together last month. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Settings. And you see in the Settings menu, we have this Quizzes tab. We're going to select Make this a quiz. You're going to allow the grade to be released immediately after each submission, or you can do it later upon manual review of you as the compliance administrator. We'll leave it here immediately after each submission. Allow the respondent to see missed questions, correct answers, and point values. We're going to leave all of those checked here for today, but you could uncheck those if you so choose. So we're going to save that. And so now here at the bottom, we're going to require that question to be answered, as well as going into the answer key. We're going to select the correct answer, June 15th. We're going to award 1 point for that, or excuse me, we're going to change this date, not off-campus contact, but for recruiting, we're going to need to edit the question, for recruiting correspondence in volleyball. There we have the correct question, the correct answer, excuse me, June 15th, and we're going to move on. All right, so moving next question. For volleyball, what is the maximum number of scholarships which may be awarded in volleyball? For the purposes of this quiz, just be aware, if this was something I was going to send to our staff here at SMU, we only have women's volleyball. I understand that there will be other schools out there that do sponsor both men's and women's. So just for the ease of demonstration, I'm just inserting volleyball, but it should read women's volleyball. Okay, again, we'll make this required. We'll go to the answer key. The answer is 12. And we'll go back to edit question. And the next one that we'll go to is what is the maximum number of dates of competition allowed in one championship season? or we'll change this to a true false. We'll change this to a true false. 28 dates of competition is the maximum number of dates of competition allowed in one championship season. True, false, answer key, true, required, and there we go. We have just built a quiz. We can send that to our volleyball staff and would then be able to show that, hey, we sent them a quiz, we're trying to educate them, sending some material their way, and moreover, you'd be able to see how those questions are answered by each person. And so there we go. So we'll go into a quiz just for fun to kind of show you some of the other functionalities that I have built prior to this webinar. Again, we want to start with the name. So we'll go into the preview. What is your name? Rob Hoyer. First President of the United States of America, George Washington. How many teams are in the Final Four? No, that's not a trick question. Just wanted to make sure everyone's still paying attention. President of the NCAA is Mark Emmert. Yes, that is true. Which of the following sports does the NCAA sponsor a championship? Baseball, equestrian, men's rugby, football, or men's bowling? The answer is being baseball and football. Just wanted to show the possibilities for more than just multiple choice radio button type answers. The functionality for the quiz does exist for things like checkboxes, as well as the AthleTech Compliance webinar has explored the Evernote app. Yes, we have. So we'll submit that and we can view score. So we're going to click on that. That'll again show you back to some of those options that we looked at here at the beginning. Who is the first president? Answer is correct. All these are in green, so we're in good shape. So we'll click out of this. We'll go back to preview. Just say Rob Hoyer again. We'll just start answering some of these no, so you have the ability to see what it looks like to get an incorrect answer on that background. So submit, view score. Okay, this one we did a little less well. Got 0 out of 5, went over on this quiz. So who is the president? You'll see here it's outlined in red for this particular response. This is what the person taking the quiz will see in the back end. They will see their answer, which is right here. Then they will see the correct answer. Same goes for this multiple choice question right down here. For the checkbox multiple answer question, you'll see that it shows their answer. It shows one of them was correct, one of them was incorrect. It shows the two that were correct. And then again, another radio button example of an answer here. And so the functionality of the quiz is very easy, very straightforward. And so to be able to go in and create one of those is quite simple, and it'd be a way to, again, objectively demonstrate some educational efforts for your athletic department. So being able to go in and show some of this analytics, again, I obviously submitted 2 quizzes, and so that would show up here. If you had one go to each person, they would have a bunch of different responses there. And so again, just like the forms that we worked on last month, you would also have the ability to download these into a CSV file to be able to take a look at individual responses all at once in one screen. You could do this by question as well, if you wanted to, scrolling through these and seeing what people answered. You could also go through these by individual. You go through, see who answered what and how they did, I guess, on each question. And so we'll get back out of this. We'll go back to the questions. I also want to show kind of what it would look like if you wanted to, again, change one of these questions. We have the answer key, we have the required, and then we can add add more, add other. So let's go back into the answer key. You can add answer feedback. That is a place where you can maybe put bylaw citations if you wanted to, or you could put the text of the actual legislation if you wanted to, copy and paste it from LSDBI. And so that would be another way that you could get that information to the people who you are providing this quiz to. With that, that is all we have again for this month. Again, this is a little bit of a shorter month, but wanted to at least explore this as a possibility for taking quizzes. It could be through your student athletes, through your coaches, again, through a very broad group of people, through a very narrow group of people, just a way to, again, objectively try and demonstrate those educational items. If you're not able to get out and meet with every staff, this is a way to get information in front of them. So we do have a question. Can quizzes still give you alerts? The answer to that is yes. So we'll go up here into the gear. Excuse me, not the gear. We'll go into the responses tab. We're going to click on those three dots, and then we have the ability to select get email notifications for new responses. And so that does still exist regardless if it's a quiz or a form. And so that's something to be aware of. All right, seeing no further questions, I want to thank everybody for checking out this episode of the AthleTech Compliance webinar. This is episode 5, and want to let everyone else know that the webinar is actually going to be taking a break here for the month of June, for sure. There will be a return of the AthleTech Compliance webinar in July. We're going to go over educational materials, specifically going over the use of Prezi, if you want to use that for your beginning of the year student athlete meetings. And that is not going to be live streamed, but that is going to be posted to our YouTube channel and our various social media channels in the month of July to allow you the chance to adapt Prezi for your beginning of the year student athlete meeting if you so choose. Have a great month of May and great month of June, and we will look forward to seeing you back in July. Take care.